Let's get a couple of folk in here and see what's happening. Get a wee quick stream on the go. We're close to 2K on YouTube. If you're not subbed to the YouTube channel, go over. We are 90 subs off it, 100 subs off it. What's happening, man? Does anybody think Oliveira is going to retire if he loses? No, I don't think he will. Yeah, I think Oliveira did say himself he's not going to retire. I don't know. The closer we get, the more I'm thinking Oliveira might actually win this, Islam shouldn't be one. This isn't even my list. This is like a follower of the page sent me this. I'd probably have Merab at number 1 right now, to be honest. I know he didn't lose the belt, but still. If he beats JDM, he's definitely point for point number 1 again. Yeah, if he beats JDM, becomes 2-division world champion, then yeah. Do you think he does beat JDM? Yeah, I think he subs him inside 3. Aren't you the guy that said Umar was going to dominate Merab? No, I did pick Umar to beat him. I don't think I said he dominated him. And there it starts, the Navy Grand shit already. 2 minutes 17 seconds in. Nah, Bilal Muhammad wasn't just Bilal Muhammad isn't shit. I'm seeing a lot of people say that, like, Bilal's the worst champion ever. He's not, like. Merab versus Volk predictions. I'd go for Volk to beat him. Bilal didn't wrestle. That's why JDM beat him. Bilal Muhammad did try and wrestle with JDM. JDM just stuffed the takedowns. Volk by decision. I don't know. A part of me now, after saying Volk's kind of thinking, like, could Merab just drown him with the pace? I don't know. It's up a weight class, and Volk actually can crack, in fairness to him. Islam by sub. I don't know how Ilya is one. Personally, I'd probably have Merab. This isn't my list. This is a list of followers sent me. But there's of course, Ilya can be one. 2-division world champion, knocked out Oliveira, knocked out Holloway, knocked out Volkanovski. And Merab beats him by decision again. Yeah, that is true. But Islam is one of the. Islam falls into the worst fan base in MMA, the Dagestani fan base. So Sean O'Malley would beat Corey Sanhagen. Ankalaev is underrated. Originally I was thinking Gamrot, but I don't know. I think Charles might do it. The problem is, and it's the same when people say, why doesn't Pantoja move up? These guys are making the biggest money they've ever made in their career right now with the belt. Say Pantoja or Merab move up and lose, they're not that big of a name that they would come back down and instantly get a title fight. So they're going to lose a lot of money if they go up and don't win. Whereas they can just continue to fight now and make a lot of money and win fights and just build their legacy. Yeah, I don't get that either. Thank you for the follow, Jimmy. People are always like, well, he comes from a rich background. Surely that's equally as impressive. Like, this guy doesn't have to do this, but he chooses to. Racks up another title defense, another great win to have on your resume, beating Yan twice. If Marab would have to give up the belt because the UFC don't do double champions anymore. Give up the belt, move up, fight Volk. If he doesn't beat Volkanovski, the UFC will not give him a title fight when he goes back down. Yeah, this is a point for point list. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Marab will win pretty easy. And then he has to rematch him more, another rematch. For Hamza to get into the top three, he'd probably have to finish Imavov, finish RDR if he beats Brendan Allen, and then finish like a Strickland or beat a Strickland. JDM shouldn't be higher. Why is Charles now a predator? I don't know. Someone said it's for promo for a movie coming out. Yeah, Figueiredo's winning though. Without cringing. Yeah, probably could. I don't watch any of Nina's stuff though. I have no interest in any of that shit. Yeah, exactly. So you've got two possible new contenders. Islam beats JDM. Yeah, the activity of Marab has to come into it when you're looking at him point for point. But that's why I understand Jesus loves you. That's based. Um, yeah, that is true. Marab's like the ultimate side quest guy. Yo, if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, go over and subscribe. We're so close to 2K subs. Nah, I think you need at least one more win. But that's why I understand why Pantoja and Marab aren't like screaming out for these matchups to move up. Yuri if he was Irish. Yo, I don't look like Yuri. Let's go for that. Yo, I'm not Charles Jordan. And Marab has like no intention of retiring or slowing down anytime soon, so yo, Yuri's training. Remember whenever he was like moving backwards on the treadmill, letting shots, letting shots go? Yo, that's actually a pretty good like method. If anybody says Marab isn't the bantamweight goat, they've got learning difficulties at this point in time, in my opinion. Yeah, Benil Dariush will win. Ignore whoa, voice break. Yeah, Benil Dariush will beat Benoit Saint-Denis. Yeah. Sellotapes his mouth and puts a peg on his nose and just goes sprinting. Sterling's reign wasn't ass. Yo, let's stop the Aljamain Sterling hate instantly. Yeah, let's stop that dead in its tracks right now. Aljo's the second best bantamweight of all time. Aljo is terrible. And then you look at the name and you realize this is one of the guys with learning difficulties that I was on about. Acts like Aspinall. Aspinall is one of the better grapplers in the heavyweight division. Plus, he is a black belt in jiu-jitsu and has got a lot of subs. But we haven't seen anyone actually test his grappling in the sense of his takedown defense, how he works off his back. This isn't my list. This is a followers list. Yo, like, why do people just make these excuses for Aljamain Sterling? It's crazy. Just fabricate his title reign, lie about it. It's crazy. The Aljamain Sterling hate's just insane. Yo, Bilal's a good shit talker. He won the belt by DQ. That's not his fault. Jan doesn't understand the rule set, and then he beat him in a rematch. So yes, he cleared that up. Pereira already avoiding hams. That is hilarious. That's that. That there doesn't make any sense at all. That there makes zero sense. How is he avoiding the guy? The guy's not even in his division. Hamzat's just won the belt. He's not moving up. Two wasn't a robbery. Come on. Like, come on. There's no way you believe that. You're just trying to gaslight me. Yeah, Anthony Smith did. What's it? Anthony Smith could have took the belt there. I don't know why he didn't. That there's one of the most low IQ moments in fighting history. Jan beat O'Malley. Jan did beat O'Malley. Then Jan beat Aljo. No, like that just doesn't make any sense at all. Like that doesn't make any sense at all. You look like Marab. Yo, let's stop that immediately. Yeah, Figueredo and Jackson this weekend. Yeah, it's the co-main event, isn't it? I'm more looking forward to Joel Alvarez up at welterweight. You mean you beat Sean? So do I look like Jan now or no? Marab Jan. Marab kills Jan. He needs a rematch with no injured. Umar wasn't injured. Marab was injured going into that fight. Umar wasn't. What about Sean O'Malley? What about him? O'Malley Yan was a close fight. I just thought watching it live that Yan had done enough to win, in my opinion. Yeah, Umar broke his hand in the fight, so Umar didn't come into the fight injured. Yeah, I think you do that. After O'Malley beats Song Yudong, do Corey versus him. Yeah, I don't look like Kai Car France. Let's stop. Let's stop the lies. No. Umar faded, and Marab took over rounds 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, Song Yudong is pretty underrated, but O'Malley's going to beat him. If Umar beats Mario Batista, he's fighting for the belt next. Facts. That's why if you're Yan, you want to get the Marab fight booked because if they don't have that booked and Umar beats Mario Batista, Yan's being skipped. Favorite fighter of all time? I really like Dustin Poirier. Yuri Prohaska's up there. Like Yuri always delivers. Do you watch movies? Like I'm not a big massive like movie guy, but yeah, yeah, I was best man at the wedding. Do you sell any more t-shirts? Yo, someone asked me that yesterday. I actually think it's illegal for me to be selling the t-shirts the way I was selling them because I don't have rights to Oliveira. So I had to take all that shit down. I could set up the t-shirts again and not promote them on this TikTok and make a separate one and like hypothetically sponsor myself by it. What one do you want? I can get you one if you want. People have been asking about the t-shirts. I probably could just set it up and just promote it again, really. Like the worst is gonna happen is they're gonna take down the site. Thank you, mate. Yo, I can't lie though. I actually kind of thought I was really genius because I was like, yo, Leon's gonna beat Bilal Muhammad, big win for him. Then they're gonna set up the Islam fight, and then Leon loses to Bilal Muhammad. I make a shit ton of t-shirts for it, and then they just go to waste. The worst thing that will happen is the UFC will sue you to the ground. No. Yo, let's not slander Leon Edwards here, yeah? The UFC will sue you to the ground. Yo, that guy Chris is a Fed, by the way. Federal agent, Mossad agent. That's what he is. Oh, look, here it is. We Lucas. Lucas. I am in me. No, this is a followers point list. What's the time? 13 minutes past 9. Quality. You got a fight book, Davey. Yo, I'm not Davey Grant, yeah? Let's stop that immediately. Most overrated fighter right now, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Leon is going to win. Where about in England are you from, bro? I'm from Northern Ireland, mate. I'm not from England. Where'd you get the news that Ilya is fighting Justin? Personal ties to Ilya Taporia. I speak a little bit of Espanol, so he was able to communicate with me, you know what I mean? Where's Ireland? What? Nah, Carlos Prates is getting beat by Edwards. Yo, I actually can't wait till Leon beats him. That's going to be such an enjoyable watch, especially because I'll probably be one of the only people on this app picking Leon to win. Yeah, it's shit, man. That's why I've got a new tactic now. I don't stay up for any of the UFC unless it's on at a normal time for us. I'll sleep, get up at 7, which I normally do every morning anyway. Cards have just finished. Don't check any form of social media and then watch it. Being from Ireland is such an L. It's a good thing that I'm from Northern Ireland then. What's this list? The Epstein list. Strickland called out Anthony Hernandez, so possibly him. Although Adesanya wants the rematch, which I'm surprised that Strickland doesn't want to take. Or you can wake up at a normal time. Yeah, but waking up at 7 is a normal time for me. So it's not as if I'm getting up early to check it. I'm already up. No. If Leon loses his next fight, they might just do a trade from the PFL to get his brother over. Fluffy Hernandez gets beat by Strickland. Favorite 400k streamer. I'm just 400kg. I just finished this all over the screen. What do you like to eat? Food. How do you watch it? Yo, so Chris was a Fed. I don't know how to say that guy's name. He asked how I watch it. He's a federal agent as well. No, this is a pound for pound list. What type of food? Chinese food. I like Chinese food. And Indian's hard to beat as well. Chicken tikka masala. Um, when the voice cracked earlier on, it hasn't cracked yet again. Yeah, Sanhagen O'Malley is a banger fight. Do you train MMA at all, lad? Yeah. Although not like I'm very inconsistent with it. No, Islam's not the go yet. O'Malley is the skinniest fighter I've ever seen. You haven't even seen him in person, so how do you know that? Probably Aspinall. How old am I? 23. Bodybuilding. Yo, I'd actually like to see O'Malley versus Holloway fight though. 23, yeah, I'm 23. I turned 23, what, 6 months ago? Murad could be one. Holloway and O'Malley wouldn't be close at all. No. 33? No. Take 10 years off it, my boy. If you're 23, you've had a hard life. You look 32. Thanks, man. I think Murad's arguably number one anyway. You in recovery from what, bro? I had to grow the beard because I look so young. Wait, I don't get what you mean by that. You look like Hamzat Celeb. Yo, shut up. Russians or Brazilians? Russians. What did I do that was rage bait? No. Of course he'd say Russians. Yo, it's obvious. How would Dustin be top five? No, there's no point in Pereira Jones at heavyweight. No, this is a followers pound for pound list order, not mine. I'd probably have Marab number one to be honest. Uh, Pereira should Pereira should fight Carlos Wilberg next, and then fight Aspinall. Yeah, I don't see anybody beating Ilya. But Marab's activity, the streak that he's on, and the names that he's beat has to count for something, in my opinion. Of course, you would have yourself pound for pound number one. Shut up. Yeah, Marab's MMA thing is insane. Yeah, his resume is insane. I love MMA, but the fan base is cringe, so I stick to football. Okay. Well, thoughts on Lewis Crocker? Good performance against Paddy Donovan. Fought a completely different fight than the first time. Do you watch football? If so, who do you support? I'm not really big into football, but Man United. Thoughts on Hughes versus Usman? Usman definitely won the fight, in my opinion, but it wasn't 50-45 or anything like that. I thought Paul Hughes could have maybe been a bit more active, maybe pushed the pace a bit more, but opinions on Jews, if I give my opinion, I'd get cancelled. So let's move on from that. You look Israeli. Yo, you say I look like something every time you're on here. Yeah, there it is. Ha ha ha. That's his name in the chat now. This is his point for point list. Islam would smoke Ilya? No, I don't think so. Where'd you get the name Don Dada from? Needed a name for TikTok, and I heard it in a 50 Cent song. And I just thought that's what I'm gonna go for. Probably 2 billion right now. Best lightweight ever, Islam Makhachev. I've got Armin Saruki. I'm winning. No, Habib's not. Yo, are people being serious when they ask is Habib the best lightweight of all time? Obviously not. Paddy wouldn't beat Ilya. I don't know. I think Holloway could take that. Yeah, if Islam wins, he's point for point number one. Paddy would smoke him. No, he wouldn't. Hamza will be point for point number one next year. No, he won't have the activity. Plus, all them guys above him are going to lose, flat out. So I'd have Yuri. Why is Armin so low? Why would Armin be any higher? No, I don't think Shavkat does. Shavkat's overrated. Middleweight genuinely sucks. No, I don't think it does. Yuri would knock out Carlos Ulberg. Nah, do Pereira Ulberg. Aspinall Gan, Pereira Ulberg, Aspinall the winner of Volkov Almeida, and then do Pereira Aspinall in MSG next year. JDM would beat Sean Brady, I think. I just can't get over the fact that Sean Brady got knocked out by Can You Float? Yeah. That he got stopped by Bilal Muhammad. Thoughts in the 145-point division? I would like to see a bit more new contenders in it, new prospects. Yeah. If Shavkat comes back after 9 years off and gets a title fight, I'm only watching the PFL going forward. Ateba Gautier, yeah, I think he's good, but can you float in water? Yeah. But I think Ateba Gautier needs to jump up now. Edmund Shabazian, both guys fought on the same card. Both guys got a first round finish. Islam above Marab? No. I've got Islam. Gene Silva, Giga Chikadze's in the works. Where was that on Twitter? Usman won, but I thought it was a lot closer. Can you swim? Yes. Who is most likely to beat Hamza? I think Strickland has a pretty decent chance. I wouldn't pick him to win, like, but I think Strickland has a chance. Right, I'm gonna go. My phone's about to die.